Alrighty, looks like today we've got base and renaissance. The landscapes are crop rotation and silos. Those are pretty blending together. One pitches the coppers, the other pitches the estates. You could discard a handful of junk and get a brand new hand. Might come up. What about the rest of the kingdom? The only draw card here is Experiment, which is temporary. Experiment's a good card, but I think it's usually pretty weak as a main source of draw. If you're rebuying or regaining experiments every single turn, that gets pretty expensive. In a technical sense, it means something like Inventor or Workshop could be draw if you just play your Workshop every turn to gain two more experiments. Then you're getting an effect equivalent to something like Slay or Cavalry. There's also no villages here. With Patron and Sculptor, you could bank up villagers and then play multiple terminals on one turn later in the game, but that would require you to not play any terminal actions on earlier turns. So, conceivably, you could play a bunch of patrons on previous turns, then in the last turn, play Inventor a bunch of times, make everything cost 0, and then buy all of the provinces. It sounds way too slow, I think. So probably you're just playing with one terminal, for all intents and purposes. The only trasher here is Remodel. Although Remodel is better than usual with a good 2-cost card around, the biggest weakness of Remodel in the base set is it's terrible at trashing coppers because there's no 2-cost cards you want to gain large quantities of. But here, turning copper into Border Guard seems like a pretty big improvement. Border Guard actually is quite good here with Patron around. This is a noteworthy synergy. Border Guard reveals 2 cards, or 3 if you manage to get the Lantern. And then every time you reveal patrons, you get coppers off of that. You could play a bunch of border guards, pick up all the non-patron cards, and then keep cycling through your deck. Every time you see the patrons, you get extra money. It's pretty nifty. I mean, it's just like an advanced peddler, but it's pretty cheap. You can see that coming up. Only plus buy is market. Plenty of gainers with Sculptor, Remodel, Inventor, Workshop. I think the answer is going to be Remodel is the terminal, given that it's the only trasher. And the goal is to play a Remodel every turn, trash the estates, and then turn the company into border guards. Then you have some number of markets, some number of patrons and border guards, and you keep a relatively thin deck. And then I think that's about the size of it. Open with Experiment and Remodel. I'd like to hit 6 early for crop rotation. If you can get this early, it's usually pretty impactful. If I don't manage to do that and trash the estates early, then it might just not come up till late in the game. There we go. Rotation it is. I think that there's a narrow window where you want to buy this early, which is when you still got estates in your deck. I think if I didn't hit it early, I would just wait until I was about to take provinces and buy it then. I'll probably be buying silos here to deal with the coppers. And this could just be a patron already. I think I just want patrons and border guards for the most part here. Rotation first, potentially draw more coppers. Then silos, patron, trash estate, take a market. This is going pretty well. I think my turn 3 draw was fairly fortunate. I did not find the market. Apparently I've jinxed myself. I'm not playing with a sculptor and a patron. Sorry, not, well, I mean, yes, but what I meant to say was a sculptor and a remodel. So if they collide in the same hand, you either have to burn a villager or you could sculpt a silver for free because that gets you a villager back. I don't think sculptor looks that great here. There's a lot of kingdoms where sculptor is good. But if you're gaining a silver with it, that's not exciting. And if you're playing it to gain an action card, you can't play remodel that turn. And I'd rather play remodel, I think. Here I get a coffer, seeing the patron. Border guard. And just another border guard on the market. 2 patrons. I think I want more border guards. Don't love seeing patron in my hand. Main roll of Patron in this deck is to get revealed by Border Guard, which requires it to be somewhere else in my deck. Oh no, this isn't great. Well, I banked up a villager inadvertently by bottom decking the remodel. Hmm. This villager could be a reason to pick up maybe an inventor. I didn't really plan on having terminal space, but say on the last turn you take an inventor, you play that, you gain a gardens, and then provinces cost less. And all the coffers. And it's probably time to start thinking about scoring soon. This seems like a kingdom where scoring on the earlier side is probably defensible. Like you can continue building with more markets and more experiments and whatnot. But the thicker your deck is, the less border guards are revealing the patrons. So there's that much upside to scoring a bunch. Remodel or to building a bunch rather. Remodel is usually a good reason to score on the earlier side, because if you have a early province lead, you can start remodeling province and province. Uh, so I think could just be crash a state into a patron and take a province, or it could be state into patron by like patron double border guard or something. I did also mention inventor. Maybe that gets gained at some point. I think I do want the last two border guards. Those seem important to me. If they were liable to be there next turn, I'd be happy to leave them in the pile and gain them via remodeling coppers. Uh, but I suspect the bot might have taken them. So many coffers. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so I got hella money. Definitely time for some provinces. I could remodel the patron. That doesn't sound good. I think I'm just gonna turn a copper into an estate. Maybe that gets turned into a gardens or an inventor later. I want at least one province. I think just one province is fine for now. The case for more provinces would be I have limited buys, so it's not trivial to be able to buy a bunch of provinces on future turns, even if I have all the coffers for it. I don't expect to have more than 24 money next turn, I don't think. I do have 3 buys, so that should be fine. I'd like to see a victory card. Oh, there they are. Just a little bit too low in the deck to use crop rotation this turn. Need to find that second market. Go ahead and pick that up. Did not find the second market. Maybe I should take the copper and remodel it. Or I could just not play the remodel. To a province and an inventor. Going for the gardens. Ooh. I kind of want the inventor, but I also kind of want to draw on. Border guard could find me a market or a remodel. Could reveal some page. I think I'm just going to play the inventor. Gardens. Province. Another gardens. I don't want to leave provinces at 2 because I'm worried about the bot remodeling into province and buying a province. Maybe these could be experiments, just to make sure I find everything. If I find my markets in a remodel, I could do 3 provinces next turn just fine. Well, I say that, but I don't find a province in hand. If I had a province in hand, this could be triple province. Fortunately, the bot has taken a province. Anyway, so that's a win. Okay, I was way ahead on patrons and border guards, which seemed significant. I don't think I believe in the sculptor and the silvers very much. Uh, and this did feel close-ish, despite the bot being behind on the border guards. I'm not sure. I'm not confident this is exactly right. I think something in this vicinity seems correct. Could be maybe fewer patrons would be good. Just play the border guard more consistently, and then hmm, I ended up with a lot of coffers. Either that means maybe I should have taken provinces a little bit sooner, or perhaps I should have added more markets so that I could use the coffers more efficiently later in the game. I'm not sure. I think this was probably not quite right, but I'm not exactly sure in which direction it was wrong. It was good enough at least.